Hi, in today's video, we're going to delve into the answer to the question, how to get into the mindset to study. Whether you are preparing for an exam, working on projects, or just your regular basic homework that needs to get done. We're going to delve into what we really mean about what this mindset to study is really talking about. What is that question behind the question? So let's dive in. The first part of this video, we're going to, again, look at and review the growth mindset and the idea behind the growth mindset. Then we're going to look into the environment that you need to kind of surround yourself with. We're going to look at the beliefs that you need to adopt, that attitude that you need to have, and about managing your emotions and how all those things interplay for this idea of getting into the mindset to study. And of course, lastly, we're going to look at a real life example of what happens when you can develop this mindset to study. So first, let's review this whole idea behind a growth mindset, because that has its roots in the academic and school-related world. And essentially, again, it's the belief that your intelligence is not fixed, and that it can grow and that can improve. So just having that belief in and of itself is going to help you kind of get into this mindset that you need to study. So let's quickly review, again, a growth mindset. The growth mindset, it has its roots in education, it has its roots in schooling, and the fundamental belief there, which is crucial for this aspect of getting in that mindset to study, is that your intelligence is not fixed. It is something that will grow, and it grows through stimulation. Every time you stimulate yourself with new experiences, new opportunities, you are learning by definition when you make these new neurological connections. So this idea that you cannot not learn is crucial to this concept of a growth mindset, and ultimately puts you in that mode to study. Closely related to that is a kind of a belief and an attitude, and it's about curiosity, right? When you are curious and you constantly asking yourself questions like, I wonder what would happen if, I wonder why. But that I wonder kind of question, when you begin to practice that question, that fuels this curiosity, and curiosity is almost by definition the state that you need to be in to study, because you want to learn. You want to figure some problems out. You want to do whatever it is that studying entails, whether it's memorization, a project, research. You are curious about it. You want to learn. You want to solve that problem. You want to figure things out. So that kind of belief and emotion aspect of curiosity is a crucial aspect to being in the right mindset, or that mindset to study. We also need to look at the emotions, right? In particular, there's an emotion that you need to control and kind of put away. The mindset around curiosity will help with this, but it's that emotion of fear, right? Being able to identify it and to identify specifically what you might be afraid of. Fear is a big emotion in terms of kind of putting off the studying. You're afraid of something. It could be even simple, like you're afraid of failing. You're afraid of maybe even potentially succeeding. Depending on your family background, sometimes some people come from a family background where nobody's ever had success in school, and they don't want to be shown up, so to speak. So they've put some subtle, sometimes not so subtle pressures on you not to succeed, so that you don't show them up. So that fear of success has a potential to interrupt with this. So you've got to identify those beliefs and the emotions that are attached to those, such as fear, anxiety, depression, guilt, shame. It's amazing some of the negative emotions that people can attach to being successful when it comes to academics, and that can get in your way of wanting to study. So So there's some strategies that you also need to kind of tail to kind of utilize that study time, right? So yeah, having all those beliefs, having that motivation, having all those things to get into that mode of studying, vital, important. But once you're in it, there's some things that you can do to enhance it. So be careful of your environment that you're around, right? The distractibility. You want to have things that can get you off task out of the way. Got to be very careful and honest with yourself about electronic devices. And if you're using a laptop to study, the access to the internet and the potentiality, even if you're using it for research, to get sucked into areas that you don't want to go. That is self-awareness and self-reflection aspect, understanding what some of those enemies are out there for, distractions, and cataloging those and recognizing those, and then setting up a plan of action to do that. Managing your time when you are studying. So the Pomodoro technique is about studying for 25 minutes and taking a 5-minute break. It's very important to have frequent breaks, all right? Get up, move, do some chair exercise, simple stretching, come back to it. If you have a long night of studying, then after like 4 sessions of that, you want to take a little bit longer break, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, maybe in a half an hour before you come back to it. That will re-trigger your brain, freshen you up, and get you prepared to maximize that time use that you have. So let me tell you a real life story of somebody who changed their mindset into the mindset to study. And Andy came to us in our program as a 6th grader, which was kind of unusual to begin with. We usually have 7th and 8th graders. But had a whole lot of belief systems around his ability to learn, which in fact impacted all the other areas of his school life. But this idea of mindset to study, we were not only breaking down all these beliefs about his mindset around his ability to learn, but we also had to break down limiting beliefs around what it meant to study, and also looking at the process for doing that, which was all kind of mindset related. So this took some time with Andy in breaking these old habits down, really, is what it was about, getting some new beliefs in. But once we got the mindset such ready to study, and this was in particular related to math, because that's where he needed the greatest growth, but it did filter out into the other areas. But math was a very independently structured program for him because we had to get him caught up. He was like 3 years behind grade level. So we had these office type spaces set up in the space that we had. And we got him going back there every day. There weren't distractions back there. The one thing we did allow was music. And so he would have his laptop, but it was a pre-approved list because music can be a very powerful force for getting you into the right state. It doesn't matter whether it's for studying or athletics or anything. But it also can have some drawbacks. It can be distracting for studying. So without getting into all of that, he got a music playlist that we approved to help him get in this mindset for studying. He would shut the office door and he would go to work. And that habit, when it was math time, being able to then work on the math that he had assigned and utilizing the new beliefs about his abilities and all that, and he was able to gain 3 grade levels in 1 year. All right, he shifted his mindset around studying. And this then began to filter over into the other subject areas and carried over from those middle school years into high school. I invite you to subscribe to our channel, check out our other videos. In particular, you might be interested in the video, how to change your mindset after a breakup. So check that out today.